afternoon and welcome to another episode of the Journeyman Podcast in association with Switchbox TV and in association with the NHS Frontline. Today I'm joined by Liverpool's very own Derry Mathews. How's it going, Derry?
All good, Pete. Everything's good so far, mate.
Oh, good. How are you getting on in lockdown, mate?
It's one of them where, it's good because you can spend some time with the family and stuff. I've been able to put a bit of refurbishment in the gym where I am now. You can see them in the background. I've been in myself doing all the paint work. I've had my son with me. Obviously, we're in lockdown together, so we've been doing a bit of work in the gym. But apart from that, I'm bored. But everyone's in the same boat, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely. As the NHS have been great, and what they've been doing and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, they've been superb, mate. And I've said it for years. They deserve footballers' wages. The job they do, mate, it's second to none. And everyone that have done the country proud and the rest of the world proud. They've done, everything they're doing is, they're doing more than they should be doing for the wages they're on. So, my hat goes off to them and everyone, even the partners of the family, living at home with someone who works for the NHS while working around the clock. It must be so hard. A lot of them aren't seeing the children either. So, my hat goes off to them.
Talking about football, you've been waiting 30 years to win the league. You still might not win the league this year.
Never say never, but at the same time, I'd rather win it, Pete. I'd rather win it than not getting handed it. A lot of Evertonians will be saying, well, you've been given the league. A lot of United fans will be saying you've been past the league. So I'd rather see it played. And then you've got to think of the likes of Sheffield United and Leeds United. If they just give us the champions, the league, and then who's going to come up? Sheffield United, it's challenging for European football. So it's a give and take. So it's going to be crazy what happens, but I'd like to see it play. I've got a feeling it might run into next year, and then next season might be cancelled.
Yeah. Do you think so?
I've got a feeling that's what they could do. They could, let this run on. Let's get rid of the virus. Let's get the football back playing, and then have a bigger break.
How long do you think it's going to last now, Derry? Do you think it's going to last a lot longer?
I think it's past Christmas. Yeah. Amateur boxing and professional boxing. I think it's going to be after Christmas. Myself, I'm hoping I'm wrong. I know the talks about doing boxing behind closed doors, but at the same time, the kids have got to be in the gym. The pros have got to be in the gym. You've got to organise sparring. You've got, there's no sort of pad work, drills, technique in the gym. You get close to a fighter, so it's going to be hard.
You're doing amazing work in Liverpool for all them young kids, Derry. Obviously, you had a fantastic career, and obviously with the backing of MTK, who we was both with, they're doing a great job for kids off the streets for Liverpool as well. What I know you've got a few things in the future. And what's the thing they're doing with the kids? They're doing a foundation thing, for kids.
Yeah, MTK, we've set up an academy. I've done one in Liverpool. There's one in Scotland, what Danny's going to head up. Johnny Roy's doing the Manchester one. There's one down your way as well, Pete. So it's going to be an academy, kids, who are leaving school, coming into the academy, getting a bit of education, getting a bit of gym work done. And then, the future, it's not just about boxing, it's where you want to go in life, Some of them might want to be a coach, some of them might want to be a ring MC, some might want to be a boxing judge, an official. So boxing's not for everyone, but what MTK are doing, they're bringing everything to the party for me. It's grew and grew since we were out there in Marbella. I've never seen a company so big as it in all my life in boxing. As far as I'm concerned, every boxer wants to be an MTK fighter, and every boxer should be an MTK fighter if you're good enough.
Yeah, well, obviously we was there from the start. Obviously I was managed by Daniel. Obviously now a lot's been said about him, and there's a rap song out. Again, I'm not into all that rap music. I'm more into Frank Sinatra and, do you know what I mean? Elton John and all that sort of stuff. But he's done such a great job for the company. Obviously not involved now, but he was great for us when we was out there, wasn't he?
Superb, mate. I mean, you have to look at yourself. you'll be the first to say that. You weren't always on the winning side of contests, what you should have won. But then, look how you got a second wind, you got a second go of your career, myself as well. I went up there for the first get-on fight for the British title, and when I first walked into the gym, and I was welcomed with open arms by everyone involved there. And I didn't look back. My career went from there to there. And it was MGM at the time, and all from with the help of everyone there. It played a massive part for me, and my boxing career mightn't have been where I don't think my boxing career would have been where it finished without the backing and without Daniel and everyone involved at the time. And I thought it was, I was welcomed with open arms by himself and everyone involved.
Yeah, but for me, I believe I had two careers because when I went out there, obviously I was unbeaten. In the end, I got beaten by a brain tumour.
That's it, mate. And then I remember, I take myself, Pete, I always say I've had two careers, and when I went there for the get-on fight, I sort of got another excitement. I love going to the gym again. I teamed up with Taff, who to me is most of one of the best strength and conditioning coaches around in the world. What he's done for my career. So it's just give everyone like a kick up the arse and a bit of ignition, and we've gone from there to there. Me and yourself, we weren't the youngest of fighters.
We're old fighters.
Oh, we're old school fighters, and it brought the best out of us. The sparring we had, and the heat, the looking after the food we got. It was class.
And in the villa,
and you only have to look at who you're mixing with in the gym and stuff. And when me and you done training camps, then Jamie Conlon come along.
Yeah.
Charlie Edwards was there. Stalker was there. Ian Butcher.
Joe Selkirk come once or twice, didn't he?
Well, Selkirk was meant to do an 8-week camp. He come about 3 times.
The only man in camp I know that eat Chinese right away through camp.
He was just one of them jammy fuckers, weren't he? Who could eat what he wanted, when he wanted, and would have put an ounce of weight on. And then we had Simmons. I was with Simmons most of my career in Scotland. And me and Simmons got a great relationship and still have. We speak a lot now. Ian Butcher, another little great fighter. Danny Vaughan, well, I always speak highly of Danny Vaughan. He brought everything to the table. 110% coach. One of them coaches where I think he must have learned it off his dad, really. Watching the dogs in the pub it's not about him, it's about the fighters.
Yeah.
And me and Danny, we're like brothers, really. I've had them from day one, and we've got a good relationship. But it sounds mad. It's man in training. And I'm learning it myself now, and I'll never stop learning that. It's how you manage fighters. Danny always knew I weren't the best at sparring, so he'd only get me certain amounts of spars. Where yourself, you could do 100 rounds in one day.
Yeah.
But he just knew. He knew how to get the best out of Ian Butcher. He knew how to get the best out of Simo. I remember watching Simo fight in Scotland for the some WBC title.
Yeah.
And he boxed a top kid. And the tactics Danny had was spot on. And Paul Weir played a massive part as well for us. If he's watching, he was brilliant with myself. And the Crawler fight with Danny, the tactics were spot on for me. The Coyle fight, you couldn't fault the coaching side of it.
Funny when I went with Danny, I thought that because I remember him saying to me, "You don't need to spar as much. Why are you sparring so much? Why are you sparring so much?" And then he stopped me sparring, and he obviously trained me for the Dean Byrne fight, and obviously it was a big fight, and it was he was a good fighter, Dean Byrne. Do you know what I mean? And, I remember I had one week worth of sparring, and then Daniel come in the second week, and I sparred Daniel the second week for the whole camp, and I said to Danny, "Dan, that's not enough. He said, "You're ready. And I remember when I left, when I come back from Marbella, obviously I come back with the family. When I come back and started training with Peter Fury, I said, "I don't need this sparring. I don't need to be sparring a lot. I'm old now. I'm not young, and all that." And I thought, Danny got it bang on.
That's why I always say, Pete, right? It's about for a coach. Now that I'm coaching, for a coach, an easy session is, you're doing 4-6 rounds sparring, you're going home. That's easy.
Yeah.
That's easy. Anyone could do that. But it's about looking after the fighter.
Yeah.
I had 52 professional fights. If I had a sparred for every one, heavy sparring, I maybe got 20 out, because I used to get bashed about. In sparring, if you could win spars, I don't think I ever won one. But that's just, I go back to the coaching, it's just my management. It's how much of a good coach, you know, he is. It's like,
Lou DiBella brought this across. Lou DiBella told me this, because I've done a podcast with Lou DiBella, and he turned around and said, I can't understand why people are in the gym knocking 10 bowls out of each other. He said, you don't get paid for it. Your career don't last long. Do you know what I mean? And he said, it should be monitored. Sparring should be monitored.
Yeah, and no one else. I think Amir Khan is a tremendous fighter. A massive, he's class. Yeah. But he went the wild card to be Pacquiao's sparring partner.
Yeah.
He just went there, and he just ends up being basically not a bad way to say, but a punch bag. He was just getting put in heavy spars. Not to bring him on, to bring Pacquiao on. He thought he was benefiting. I was sparring with the best, but it weren't.
Yeah.
It weren't. He come off a few defeats because he's oversparred, overtrained, and you know it's about, you've got to be monitored and be put in the right direction.
Well, I think this is a time now for people to come along. Like, I think MTK are going to do this sort of stuff now, which it's about time, like you said, about the judging and the refereeing, all that sort of thing. But you know what I think they need as well? I think they need like assessors to go to gyms and say, I'm not meant for not you, not people that are doing it right, but we've got plenty of trainers out there, you know, Derry. I don't hold my words, mate. I don't mix my words, right? No. They had no apprenticeship at all. I mean, I'm not being funny, right? Do 6-week pad calls, and all of a sudden you're training. I
agree with you. And we've got a pro fighter. We've got Sean Turner from Liverpool, not the Irish one.
Yeah.
He applied for his license.
He's still in the Sala, I think, Sean Turner.
he applied for his license, and the British Boxing Border Control come down. And for Georgie Vaughan to train him, he must be good.
Good job, yeah.
82 years of age, he's not going to waste his time with someone who can't lace a pair of gloves up. So the coach should be marked as you're going on. And a fella from the British Boxing Border Control come down. I wanted to see him do pads, and I said, pads don't hit back.
Yeah.
I said, what do you want to see him in pads for? He went to see if he's good enough to get his license. And then I just started laughing. I said, well, I can make him look good.
Yeah.
Any pad man can make any boxer look good.
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather goes 20 punch combinations and 30 punch combinations. He doesn't do them when he fights. He just pitter patter.
Yeah.
So you're right. It's stupid. It's stupid. Anyone can be a professional boxer now.
Yeah.
Anyone can be a professional boxer, and anyone can be a professional boxing coach. And I've seen loads of PTs in Liverpool, in Manchester, all over England, all over Britain. They go and do the Ricky Hatton PT course, they go and do something else course, and then they become a professional boxing coach. Half of them have never put a pair of gloves on.
Yeah.
And it's all about...
I don't dispute if they ain't boxed. I don't dispute.
No.
But what I believe is, the likes of Georgie Vaughan, they should be under them for 2 years or 3 years, right? And they should be doing an apprenticeship like what you've done.
Yeah.
You know, although you've had a career, you've still been under Georgie Vaughan, and you've still watched how Georgie Vaughan works.
I'm still learning every day. I've took stuff what I've done with Danny. I use that in the gym. What I do with George. I'm with George every day in the gym. I'm still learning. I'm still getting guided in the right way. Oliver Harrison, what he learned me, I learned stuff off Oliver. He was an unbelievable coach, tactician. The stuff I do with my amateurs and what I was doing with Oliver. And, you know, you've got to... I agree with you. You haven't got to box to be a coach. Yeah. But you've got to be around it.
Yeah.
I've got a son now who's nearly 16. He's had one amateur bout. Now, there's other jobs you can get.
I lost that, Derry. Go back a little bit, just where you went to your amateur son.
So
you got a son that's 16 now.
Oh yeah, I've got me lad at 16. He's an amateur. He's had one bout, but he loves boxing, so he's going to box. But he's been around the gyms all his life. He's been in all my changing rooms from the age of started taking him when he was about 10. So you know, backstage, he's seen all the champions. He's seen people warm up for world title fights. So he's been around boxing. Dominic Vaughan is a prime example. I want to use Dominic. Danny's Dominic. He knows boxing. He knows boxing more than anyone I know.
Yeah.
Because he's been around maybe since he was 4, 5. Yeah. I remember winning the world title, beating Steve Foster Jr. Tom must have been about 8, 9. And I got him in my car and we drove home. I won the fight. We drove home talking about the fight. He knows everything about boxing. So he's a prime example that you don't have to have coached to be a boxer. Because Dominic and I've said it for Danny. I said, and Danny will even tell you this. When I was training with Dan in Scotland, I said he's going to be an unbelievable coach. He's like a sponge. He just knows everything. He knows it. He knows it. He knows boxing. So the likes of Dominic is one who they shouldn't even have to ask him a question. He's a Vaughan. He's been brought around boxing. Yeah. If like my son, he's been brought. I can just say he's been brought around boxing. Yeah. He doesn't have to box, but he could be a coach because he's seen me every day in the gym. He's with me every day in the gym, so he's around it.
Picking up on it.
Yeah, picking up on it, and then you've got people who go and do a level 2. 1 minute, one's a bricklayer. Yeah. Being a bricklayer all his life, and then does a personal training course and becomes a professional boxing coach. So yeah, it's mad how it's going, but listen, I'm not faulting them. Let them crack on with what they do, but I think the British Boxing Board might change a few things.
Well, whether the British Boxing Board do or I believe there should be another organisation set up, and without that, because I'm not going to slag the British Boxing Board and control off, but I think sometimes you need a bit of competition, and this needs to become like the FA, Derry, and the top and bottom of it is it's nothing like the FA. You know, listen, cricket and rugby were 30 years behind boxing, yeah? They're 30 years in front of boxing now.
Well, I always said, Pete, right, that boxers don't get a pension. We don't have a PFA. Yeah. What happened to yourself or anyone gets an injury, you've got to pay for it yourself. Where in boxing, in professional, I've got mates now who are ex-professional footballers being retired for 10 years. If they get an injury, they're still getting it paid for now. Yeah. So that I think that'd be good getting brought into boxing as well.
Yeah, I think we need structure. There's no structure there, Derry. I mean, even when you retired, you did know what you wanted to. But at the same time, Derry, you must have had dark days and thought, you know, I've done all this, I've won a world title, I've done this. You've got nothing. What have you got?
Not exactly. And you still get them days, Pete, sitting in the house and you go, I should have done that. But it's how much you know, I always say that I've got no regrets about my career. Yeah. I've done everything what was asked of me. I think I overachieved, if I'm honest. And the people around me.
Nah, you trained hard, mate. You was an hard trainer. You worked hard.
I don't get me wrong. I left everything in the gym. I left everything in the gym. But I'm one of them where I won't blow smoke up my own trumpet. So I always say, people might agree with me, people mightn't agree with me, that I always think I overachieved a bit. But but that's not me. That's getting guides in the right way. And since I went with MTK, what was it, formerly MGM, it sounds mad, since I got there, I got the fights. Do you know what I mean? It just took me to the top. If I'm honest, I was at British title level. I'd be getting for the British title, and then boom. And next minute, I'm boxing Terry Flanagan for the world title. Boxed Tony Luis for the world title. For the WBA into the world title. Yeah. It went on and went on.
See, my argument is what MTK have done with this golden contract. I think is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Gives opportunity, you know, and it gives opportunity to fringe European
proper fighters.
Yeah. But what I think should be done here, and I think this is a great strategy, and I reckon it's going to come out, and you're going to hear it here first. I reckon they should do a 4-round one like a prize. fighter, right?
Yeah.
For the people under 8 fights. Do an 8-round one for, say, under 12 to 14 fights.
Yeah.
And then do a prop like the one which Tyrone and that are in at the moment, which are British and above level fighters. That's my honest opinion.
Yeah.
You know? And then catapult into world level.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You know, because let's be honest here, right? Would we rather 400 fighters in Britain, yeah, making good money, yeah, retirement sort of money, yeah, or would we rather 1,000 fighters that half of them got to pay their own purses?
Yeah.
That's my honest opinion. And I think it becomes, you got a premiership then, Derry, you know what I mean? You got a premiership of boxing. Do you know what I mean? So people do make money. Because what you're finding, what are we looking at? 2%? 2%, 3%?
Do you think there should be a cap on the wages, Pete?
No. Do you know what I think there should be? Do you know what I think there should be?
Like I'm talking about like groups like under 20 fights, you earn this much. Under 40 fights, you earn, or under 30, under 25.
Yeah.
That's your wages for everyone.
But I think I'm going to use a name, for example, right? I'll use Anthony Joshua, right? Anthony Joshua's fighting on a bill at the O2, yeah? He's getting £3 million, right? You've got someone on the undercard who's getting 800 quid, right? What I do believe is this. See, he's getting £3 million. I think he should be taxed, whatever, from a board of control to say 100 grand of that goes into a kitty, right? For people when they retire. I'm not about me or whatever, but people that want to do apprenticeships, if they want to do, say, I want to be a referee, I want to be this, I want to be that. You can't live on nothing. Do you know what I mean? This is what we got. This is what happened with boxing, because people come away from it, Derry, and they're gone. They're lost. How many fighters are trainers? You can't name on 2 hands how many fighters are trainers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Old pro fighters. So there should be something for, say you're going to go under Georgie Vaughan. You're going to go under Georgie Vaughan. I think let's go, right, Derry, we're going to give you 25 grand a year, right, till you go through your apprenticeship. You still need money to live on.
Yeah, I agree.
You've walked away from boxing with nothing.
Yeah.
But the problem is the top 1% are getting all the money and the lower fighters are getting nothing. And I'm not on about lower fighters in 4 and 6 round fights. British titles.
Yeah.
That's my honest opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
It should be shared more equally. Yeah,
I think, and I always said that, I think you should have to win an area title before you win the box for a British title.
100%. And this is what he said, Lou DeBella again. He said these WBCs, and we all love it because it's a belt that you can have and you can look at and all that. But all these WBCs, listen, they're fighting for them after 4 fights, Derry.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Do you know what? They sell 500 tickets.
I think that you should be able to fight for the like I've always said, I always rave on about in Liverpool that you should be able, Central Area title fight should be happening regular for us with Central Area. They should be happening regular. To put bums on seats, people want to be able to go and watch a genuine 50-50 fight.
Great fights.
Yeah, a great fight. And Nathan Bennett, a lad who I used to train, he took a fight. Can't think of the kid's name. The kid beat him. But Nathan wanted that fight. He went, I want that fight. I don't want to kid the public. I want a proper fight. And it was a close bout. It was a close bout. And we thought Nathan won it. He got beat, but he wanted that fight. And then there's other, like, I'll use Jazza again because it's saying Jazza. Jazza wants to fight the best. Yeah. Jazz.
No, but he's but Derry's a real fighter. Listen, you sign these contracts, right? Everyone signs this pro contract, right? You sign to fight people. But let me tell you something. Jazza was a top amateur. Derry was a top amateur. Joe Selkirk was a top amateur, right? The problem is these kids are turning over now and they go, how many tickets can you sell? 200. We'll get you to 20 and 0. But they can't even fight, Derry.
No, I know.
That's the truth. Let's be real here. Let's be real. So the real fighters who really can fight, listen, I don't think you should be out. My honest opinion, I think you get the odd person that comes through. I don't think you should be able to turn pro to win an ABA title. That's my honest opinion.
Well, I want to go back. I'll go back one there where we were talking about Nathan Bennett. I also trained Jay Farrell. Yeah. I don't know whether you've seen this fight. He put the kid down the first round. The kid got up, put Jay over. Kid went on to win the second round. Kid went on to win. But Jay, he picked that fight. Jay said, I want a fight, proper fight. They were both 8-0, both the same age, same records, massive punches. Matthew Hatton, changing Chambers, the kid. full, genuine lads. Boxed. Jay, it sounds mad. His stock went from, he got beat, but he went from there to there. Because people go, why are you taking that fight? Well, why not? I don't want to be ripping my mates off, fighting no one.
Yeah.
We sold a lot of tickets. The next day I met up with Jay and I said, Jay, you've gone from there to there. Everyone was talking about it. Everyone. And now when he fights again, he's going to get a massive support again.
Yeah.
You'll have 1 or 2 comeback fights and then go again. And if you get beat, like me and you, for example, you get beat, so what?
Yeah.
I always got this off you, records are for DJs.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. But what, I mean, going back to it now, Derry, why can't we have divisions in boxing? Why can't we have divisions in boxing?
Yeah.
You know, why can't we have like 2 divisions or whatever? Listen, all right, you do get an odd fighter that breaks through and they do come through, yeah? But it's not fair for like ABA champions to be getting $3,000 a fight and they've got to sell their own tickets. We know that's the business as it is now, but if we had a premiership, this is what I'm telling you, COVID-19, you might think I'm mad, is the best thing I think that's happened for professional boxing, right? Because it's either going to flop or it's going to excel. Because the best are going to have to fight the best now, and there's going to have to be 50-50 fights. Derry, come on, mate. We talk about takeover fights, right? So you're in camp for a world title fight, right? And you go, well, we might have a takeover fight before this. You're paying someone £500-600 a week for a sparring partner. What do you need a takeover fight for?
Yeah.
Come on. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're fooled by this now. And what happens with us as fighters, we want to manage our careers. Won't fight that person because of this and because of that. But if everyone knew if you lose, it don't matter, which the greatest did years ago, who cares? Yeah. As long as it's a real fight.
I'll go with a bit with you're talking about the ABA chat. You shouldn't be able to turn pro till you win an ABA title. Georgie Vaughan, when I won the ABAs, obviously I went with George, and you only have to look at the fighters Georgie's had.
Yeah.
I'll use the Smith brothers, every one of them, unbelievable fighters, all ABA champions. Selkirk.
Coleshaw, didn't he, as well?
Coleshaw.
Yeah.
All proper fighters. But in my little LP, and when I was there, John McNally, and then the Smith brothers, myself, Steve Mathews, Stephen Burke, David Burke, everyone was an ABA champion. Everyone was a national champion. And as you say now, a white collar fighter, because you can sell 500 tickets, is going to 20-0. And I don't want to interview about this, but I've got little Shaq Spears as well. Unbelievable fighter. Tony Bellews manages him, training him. Brilliant fighter, massive puncher. But because he doesn't sell many tickets, he doesn't get the opportunity. So now we're just myself and the kids in the gym and the clientele we've got him here. I've got to push him, hopefully get him to the top. Yeah,
I mean. Sorry, I'm going to rephrase that. Right? Should be ABA champions. All right, no, they shouldn't be ABA champions. But you should start in different leagues. So an ABA champion starts at 6 rounds, right? A European champion and a world champion, like as an amateur, should start 8 rounds. Yeah. They fight 5 rounds in the amateurs.
Yeah.
With that WSO. So all this learning, like a learning curve. Yeah, them kids that can't fight, no disrespect. I'm not taking that away from it. Everyone deserves a chance or whatever. But if you can't fight, mate, you know, you start at the lower leagues and then you build your way up to the higher leagues. But I just think something like that. There's no structure at all in boxing. No structure whatsoever. MTK now are putting structure into boxing.
Yeah, I agree with that. I massively agree with that. And the stuff MTK are doing, they're letting people fight each other.
Yeah.
They're making genuine 50-50 fights because they know it's what boxing fans want. And
yeah.
I like I'll use Danny Vaughan. Danny Vaughan's and Dominic Vaughan. Well, I'll use Danny more. Because he's got a massive part of MTK in MTK as the head coach. That he knows what the fans want, and they want proper fights, and they're happening. The fights are happening.
But you know what he's doing though, Derry? Do you know what he's doing? It's showing honesty, yeah, to the person. Listen, no disrespects, mate. You ain't gonna make it. You're better off going back on the building site. You can't ask no nicer than what you're asking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're never going to make money. If you can't beat this person, you can't make no money. Listen, I beat 5 British champions. I beat 4 British champions the fight before they fought for the British title. I never even got a shot at the British title.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's politics. But like, forget that. I forget about my career anyway. I've done well. I was happy. You know what I mean? I was a king of Ireland. That's all that matters. You know what I mean? And
So
Daniel thought he thought he could come and bash me up. Like, give it to him sparring as well.
I sparred him. I was sparring him for the Get-Em fight. I had no sparring partners. I was sparring you. Yeah. I was sparring you, and then we used that as a sparring partner. So let's you've got 8 minutes left, B. I just seen remaining on the team.
Yeah.
Ask some questions then. So let's have some funny stuff about training camps and that.
Yeah. So what was the funniest training camp you was in?
The funniest.
Yeah.
I've been in a few. Lanzarote. We had Jonathan Slommy with us from Scotland. One of the funniest fellas you've ever met in your life. The lads know what camp was about. It was class. He was hilarious. One of the funniest fellas, P, you've ever seen in your life. Hard trainer, very, very hard trainer. But round the bend, an absolute round the bend. Steve Simmons, Mount Money, Selkirk was there as well. And, you know, and I've never had a bad training camp, if you know what I mean. I've always been in good company. And again, I know I keep talking about Danny, but it's who he brings into camp. He'll always speak to the boxers and go, Tino might be joining us. Everyone okay with that? And we all go, yeah. Everyone says no. It was a no. So we always had good company, and I've never had a bad training partner or someone that can say I don't get on with him. We've always had a good click and helped each other. It's like when Jamie Conlon first come to Danny, right away, I was like that to Dan. Oh, I'll do with him in camp because he pushes you.
It was grafted, wasn't it?
Yeah, it makes you work hard. You seen Jamie on the bag, and you want to be what he is, and you want to do that. So it was good, and yourself as well. There's been, we've had some laughs. So I had some laughs in that villa.
Yeah, the villa. What was your best training camp? What was the best? What did you train the hardest for? You trained hard all the time at MTK, though, didn't you?
Yeah, you seen what I was training, but I loved the Crawler first fight. We went to Lanzarote, me, Danny, and Stephen, and then from then I went over. I went to MTK, and then just walked in the gym, met Taff right away. The relationship just went boom. We knew right away, we clicked. Everything made sense. Do you know what I mean? For me, I'd never used a strength and conditioning coaching.
Yeah.
The stuff, it was more mobility and more, explosive stuff, and it worked massively. And I'll say it pushed my career on more. Everything there at MTK sort of pushed my career on, and Taff played a massive part in my career, massive part.
How did you find it, Derry, when you first retired? How did you find it, like, talking to the fighters out there that have just retired, or,
it was
how did
mad.
you find it?
I always had my gym set up in the background. I always wanted to be, obviously Danny was going to be Georgie number 2, and then if Danny wouldn't have moved to Scotland, and Danny moved to Scotland, he was his own coach, had great fighters, and I always wanted to be Georgie's number 2. I thought that was, and I'll always be his number 2 as far as I'm concerned. And I got beat on the Saturday. On the Monday morning, I was in the gym, up on the gym floor. Yeah. And that's it. And then JJ come in to train, JJ Metcalf, and I ended up padding him for George, and it went from there. Did you start drinking in that, Derry, or anything? No, I always had a pint the day after the fight. Yeah. That was always a rule, a tradition. I've done it from day one. Every time I boxed, the next day we had a pint. 10 weeks before the fight, we wouldn't touch alcohol. I'm not a big drinker, but I like a pint. I like to socialise with the lads and game of snooker and a bit of a crack and a bit of a laugh. But I haven't had time to look back on my career because I've always been that busy. I've set my amateur club up, got 40-odd amateur boxers. Yeah. Competing all over England. I've got a good. It's hard work there, isn't it? It's hard work. That's hard work. I'm in the gym like at 6 o'clock in the morning until 9 o'clock at night, and then at 9 o'clock at night, amateur boxing clubs are ringing you for bouts, and so you don't stop.
You still training? You still training yourself?
No, P, I've done nothing, mate. I've done
You
little
look
bits
like
of coding.
you look lighter now than when you used to come in the
Well,
camp.
I'm just with my lad as well, and I am lighter. It's weird. I'm lighter now. I look in better shape now than I do because when I stop fighting, because I just binge eat. I'm an eater.
Yeah.
I just eat. But now I just, I eat at a certain time.
Do you eat well? Do you eat well?
I eat crap. On my way down to do this interview, I've had about 3 Mars bars.
Yeah. So you're definitely missing the McDonald's and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, man, it's killing me, mate. If I'm honest, McDonald's breakfast is killing me.
I'll tell you what, though, we'll definitely have to do a part 2 about your career and all that as well. Do you know what I mean? But what does the future hold for you now, Derry? Just to work the gym and...
Yeah, I just
What's your ambition?
My ambition is to have an amateur from when he first walks in the gym, to take him to the very top. A bit like Andre Ward.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. Walked in the gym, met his coach, and then boom, done everything you can win together. That's any. I think that's any coach's dream, to have someone from day one to make him.
You don't get many that do it. I mean, McCracken done it, didn't he, with Frotch from the pros, pros.
Yeah.
But obviously, you want to take him from a kid right the way through.
Yeah, but then again, at the same time, they say if you want loyalty in boxing, you buy a dog.
Yeah, 100%.
You know,
I bought a dog. But it died. But listen, Derry, I'll let you go. Listen, just one last question before I go. If anyone's listening to this now, this interview and this chat really, if anyone's listening to this chat now, what advice would you give them? You know, in anything you've just spoke about. Yeah, in anything you've just spoke about, whether it's a career.
But just 100% focus. Give everything you can to it. Whether you're going to be a judge, a boxer, or whatever, or work on a building site. 110% focused, and look ahead, and don't look back, and don't have no regrets. And
make sure you sign with someone that's going to look after you.
Exactly. Make sure your guide's in the right way.
Yeah. All right, Derry. All the best, mate. And I'll speak to you. We'll do a part 2 soon. Thanks, Derry. Cheers, mate.
Cheers,
mate. Bye. Bye.